Good and bad morning for the sake of inclusion. My name is Scott Sowers, and Scott Sowers would like to welcome you to the Mr. Worldly Wiseman editorial. My goal with this review show is to find the corrupt tactics of Mr. Worldly Wiseman in order for my audience to keep a biblical worldview when consuming movies, shows, and other media. Since we're blabbering on about worldviews and such, it's only fair to tell you mine. I am a Christian, conservative, Southern Baptist pastor kid, and I have several unread Discord messages. But also, if you don't share the same ideals as me, I still encourage you to keep watching because, we're going to be looking at messages, and you don't want that sliding past you. So, keep watching. Crossroads is one of my favorite movies when it comes to stories about music. It's such a beautiful story that blends grounded storytelling with the culture of blues and folklore. It's such an interesting gate into the American South, and it's just got beautiful storytelling, it's got amazing music, and it's all prefaced on the great blues player Robert Johnson. He was a sojourning nomad who only had the desire to play the blues. Unfortunately, he sucked at guitar. I heard he was a good harmonica player, but what he wanted to play was the guitar. So he went missing for 3 years. No one saw from him, no one heard from him. Then suddenly, he returned out of nowhere. He wanted to play guitar and show everyone what he picked up. What happened was that he took complete ownership of the stage and the crowd. He was so good, it had to have been something supernatural. People spread stories of Robert Johnson making a deal with the devil at the Crossroads. Now, where this story starts is with Ralph Macchio playing Eugene Martone. He's a classical music student who desperately wants to be a bluesman. Eugene is on this mission to find a lost song Robert Johnson supposedly wrote. He's doing this so he can record it himself and get into the blues scene. This is how Eugene finds Willie Brown, an old friend to Robert Johnson, in a nursing home. Willie Brown, also known as Blind Dog Fulton, is a gruff loudmouth from the South.
To invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down!
So when he meets Eugene in person, he's not impressed. Eugene is just a kid from Rhode Island who thinks he knows everything. Hey, anyone my generation, I have something to say to you. Proverbs 17:28. Even fools are thought wise when they keep silent. With their mouths shut, they seem intelligent. Or the summarized version. Shut up when you have no idea what you're talking about. I'm talking to you. And you, Karate Kid. This is seen as blatantly disrespectful to Willie Brown, who had to go through many struggles to earn his stripes. Willie Brown basically just hoboed his way to all sorts of parts of the South to play, so he's not giving Eugene an inch of validation if he doesn't think he deserves it. But with this, Brown has quite a bit of baggage. Sure, he has a lot of stories of women and fights and playing in bars, but with that comes lawlessness, homelessness, and being completely desensitized to the whole gig. We're supposed to follow the laws of the land, but with all of Willie Brown's struggles, he sees lawlessness as almost necessary. As Christians, sure, there will be times to flip tables, but we should value a gentle spirit way more. Proverbs 30:33, as the beating of cream yields butter, and striking the nose causes bleeding, so stirring up anger causes quarrels. Willie Brown manipulates Eugene into breaking him out of the nursing home and drags him through hell just so he can get what he wants. He's a horrible, mean old man, but the writing is really good at making sure you fall back in love with him before you start hating him. The struggles that created Willie's blues have taken a toll on him. He has nightmares and terrible memories of his past, but what he's scared of most of all is the Crossroads. After Robert Johnson got his skills from making a deal with the devil, Willie Brown decided to make the same deal for fame and fortune. It obviously didn't end up that way, so that's why he's manipulating Eugene into bringing him back to the Crossroads. Eugene thinks all this supernatural stuff is a load of mahogany, and he tells that with his usual smugness, but that gets him slapped by Willie Brown, which is one of those scenes that make me love him.
Well, then maybe I'll just have to do what you did, Willie. I'll go down to the Crossroads and I'll strike up a deal with the devil, and that'll take care of the whole thing.
Don't you ever say that again.
We need to respect the spiritual world. This is one of the reasons why I like this movie, I think. Sure, it's getting all of this supernatural stuff from folklore, but it takes it very seriously within the world. As a Christian, I respect that. Demons and witchcraft are very real within this world. Trying to contact that side of the spiritual world, even in jest, is very dangerous. It makes me think of people like Satanists. I think for the most part, people in that culture don't actually believe it's real. It's a statement being made to further themselves from God, like Jonah running from the big fish. But that fish will catch up to them. They think they're playing a funny joke, but no. It will come back to hit them in their face. These people that dive into these sick acts think nothing will come of it. Or, you know what, at best, actually help them. Hey, it might, too. For the moment. Like I said, there is a spiritual realm, and maybe through the devil we can quote-unquote benefit from it. But judgment will come. Willie Brown found judgment, and that made him terrified for his soul. That's what I really like about the American folklore's devil. He's truly a wolf in sheep's clothing. A smiling man wanting to shake your hand. Drums wanting you to devote yourself to them. A dress wanting you to disregard your child just for this moment. Money wanting you to just compromise just a little. Blind Dog Fulton realized he got dealt a terrible hand, and he wants to reconcile that. Now, Eugene and Willie are polar opposites. Eugene is an ignorant city kid who complains the whole trip. He wants to be a bluesman, but he doesn't want the struggle that went with making blues music. Willie Brown, on the other hand, is a southern man that made a few too many bad decisions. He wants to be a bluesman because he's experienced the struggle that built the blues genre. Things get interesting when they find a runaway named Frances. She's a little bit of a middle road for them, kinda. Frances is like Eugene, with her being young and naive. Admittedly, though, she's more like Willie. She's an abused kid who knows her way on a road, but she helps Eugene understand this hobo life a little bit more. Frances, though, is a sad tragedy, because in the film, any choice she's left with is terrible. I mean, she lives with a father figure who abuses her body, so she only sees her body as a tool now. Frances is out running off to work in a strip club. Whether she was lying about that or not, she's still going to use her body regardless. She would have slept with the motel guy if Lightning Boy and Blind Dog Fulton didn't step in. The small glimmer of hope was her relationship with Eugene. They were still sexually abusing each other's body.
Shall we take this romanticizing to...
But maybe him and Willie could have at least given her a little bit more respect for herself. Even then, they'll still break the law in all their shenanigans. Frances is stuck in a web with not a lot of choices without Christ. So she just leaves. It's the easiest, I guess, for her. But it's the hardest for Eugene. Lightning Boy is a very funny but cringy boy in this film. I love his enthusiasm, but I also love when Willie embarrasses his ego. Eugene thinks all he needs to be an artist is just to know the right notes, know the right books. Maybe put in some fancy words, but as far as he's concerned, he's mastered music and just needs a stroke of luck. What Eugene needs is emotion behind the guitar, more purpose. Willie is trying to explain that to him with his very harsh attitude, always trying to cut down his pride. Karate Kid mostly chalks it up to him being an old man and keeps going on his merry way. It's only when Frances leaves that Eugene finally understands. He gets the struggles Willie has been through. He gets the hurt Frances is going through. Yet he still feels sad, not annoyed, angry, or sarcastic like he's been during the whole trip. He feels a genuine sadness and heartbreak. That's when he's able to play, in my opinion, the best song in the movie.
Lots of towns, lots of songs, lots of women, good times, bad times. The only thing I want anybody to say is, he could really play. He was good.
At this moment, Willie can finally respect Eugene. I mean, he liked Frances too. They understood each other. They understood the road together. And he lost her with Eugene. And then comes such an amazing climax. It's a climax that summarizes the whole movie in just one guitar duel. But before I get to that, I want to talk about the devil, because he's awesome.
You looking for me, Willie Brown? Been a long time, hasn't it, Willie? Yes, it has.
Wait, what's going on here?
Yes, sir, been a long time. You were about 17 last time we saw each other. One night on this old Crossroads, wasn't it?
I have no idea how they found the actor to play Scratch, but that casting director, he needs a star on the Walk of Fame. There's not a depiction of Satan more terrifying to me, but also more charming to me than the one in Crossroads. He has a swing to a walk, a wide smile and charisma behind his words, but his eyes just scream danger. His laugh too is almost as creepy as mine. He's in there for like 10 minutes, but it's a very impactful 10 minutes.
According to this here piece of paper, the deal's still on. You can tear that up and give me some peace. Why on earth would I want to do that? Now, you sloughed up on your end of things. I didn't end up where I wanted. I didn't end up with nothing. Didn't get nothing. You got what you were supposed to get, Blues Man. Ain't nothing ever as good as we want it to be. But that ain't no reason to break a deal.
Now back to cutting heads. Now this scene isn't just awesome because it's a demonstration of the amazing soundtrack. Karate Kid, he actually plays most of the guitar in this scene. This scene isn't just awesome because it's a beautiful allegory. No, it's awesome because it has Steve Vai in it. The guy from Polyphia. Throughout the whole battle, Eugene is demonstrating the skills he's had and the lessons he's learned. He's proving to be more than everyone's expectations. But then Vai goes all out and does a move that's both satisfying and cringy for me. I don't know how to feel about it. Tangent. I really like Steve Vai in this. I think he's a pretty good cast in this actually. Like I like how they didn't give him lines too. He's just a silent character with just a bunch of strange convulsions. I just wanted to say he's a pretty good actor for the role he was given for a guitarist. Anyway, people are pretty sure that Eugene lost. But then Lightning Boy does something strange. He goes back to classical and wins the duel. Now, within the world, that just demonstrates Eugene's skills and proves he's better than the Devil's Star player.
You like Steve Vai? Why don't you give this boy a Steve try?
But in a writing context, it seems like backwards character development. He spent all this time running away from classical to be a bluesman. So, why is he returning to classical? Well, I have my theory. See, the song Eugene plays is his versions of Niccolo Panini's Caprice 5. What's interesting about that choice is that Panini also had a myth about him selling his soul to the devil. I believe this song was put in the movie to show the evolution of music culture. We're giving essentially this family tree of quote-unquote devil music through the decades. Panini, blues, and rock, it's showing the way each form of music has inspired each form of music. Ralph Macchio's whole character arc is gaining respect for blues music and the culture around it. Like near the beginning of the movie, his music teacher says, normally people have more respect for Mozart. And I think Eugene has evolved into this character where he does respect classical. He does respect blues. He respects all the struggle, all the hard work that went to every form of music, and every form of music he's learned. And I think that's his character arc, is him understanding his roots and understanding how to take those roots and to make something beautiful and something new. So I think that's the purpose of that whole scene, is to find the way Ralph Macchio's character has come full circle, but that circle is also a lot bigger. It's a celebration of music. The message I believe the writers were going for was to show the real story of Robert Johnson in a way. Robert Johnson's family did not like the whole devil music, selling your soul kind of stories, because they felt like it diminished Robert Johnson's hard work within those 3 years. He worked very hard to get where he got, and his family just wanted that to be known. So I think what Ralph Macchio's Lightning Boy's character, he's essentially there to show that hard work is what beats demons. It's what makes you successful. You have to go through struggles. You have to learn. You have to understand the culture in order to make your musical identity, in order to be that good. So it's this message of autonomy, that you yourself, even with all the struggles make you stronger so you can beat the devils and the demons in your life. As Christians, though, that's not how we're supposed to address our devils, our demons. We're supposed to trust God with all of that. I'm sure the verse going through everyone's heads right now is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. If you don't know that verse, I'm not going to tell you where it is. You go find it in the Bible yourself. That doesn't mean as Christians we aren't supposed to be hard workers. Yes, talent requires hard work. It requires struggle. But we are supposed to rely on God through all of that. God is the one who gives us our talents. God is the one who gives us our desire, and we just need to trust him through all of that. So what Robert Johnson was incredible. It's an amazing story to tell. I mean, the real story. I'm not talking about the folklore story. Please don't sell your soul, okay? Please don't do that. But please, please rely on God. Thank you for staying all the way through the video. Thank you for watching through my face. I really hope, if you haven't watched the movie, please watch the movie. It's an amazing movie. But before you do that, please like, please subscribe, please comment. Tell me movies you want me to review. Tell me, I don't know, just tell me have a nice day. I'll tell you have a nice day too. We'll have a nice exchange. And please share the video. We want to get the gospel out. And we just want to grow a community. So, yeah. So, go watch the movie. Stay unimpressed with the fools, guys. And don't forget to fear the Lord. I'll see you later.